Hi everyone. This video will walk you through how to use the DECIDE model to determine which idea for growth is best for the firm from this case application. The DECIDE model is a critical thinking tool that can be very helpful for decision making in that it walks you step by step through the process. It's useful in a variety of situations, including case analysis, which is how you'll use it for this assignment. When you open the Excel spreadsheet, you'll see this layout. The cells are specifically formatted for this assignment, so some areas of the sheet are locked. To start, you need a brief name for each team's idea, including your own. You can find each team's ideas in the slides they posted on the discussion board in Blackboard under Class Materials, Case Discussion Board, and the case you're working on. Each team will have described their idea on or near to the third to last slide. As an example, I'll fill this sheet out with possible growth ideas from one class's Lucky Bucket presentations. Their growth ideas included opening a new location, adding a restaurant in their current location so that they can sell food, hiring a marketing firm, selling the proprietary machine Zach built to other brewers, and hosting food trucks at the brewery. So I'll type those phrases in the green spaces. Next, you need a brief name for the criteria that you think the leader or CEO will use to make his or her decision about which idea for growth to implement. Possible criteria might include lowering costs or raising profits, selling more goods, maintaining a good organizational culture, keeping the current location, adding new locations, attracting new employees or customers, or planning for succession. In the Lucky Bucket example, keeping costs low is an important element, as is making more money, and how well the idea helps them reach new customers. So I'll type those in the yellow cells. In addition to knowing what a leader considers when making a decision, you need to know how important each of those considerations is. To do so here, you need to allocate weights to each of the criteria that you specified in the yellow boxes above. You get 10 points to give out across the criteria, and it's your opinion what weight you think the owners place on each criterion. I think Lucky Bucket's owners are mostly concerned with making money, so I'll put a 5 on that criterion. I think the upfront costs are the least important to these owners, although they likely don't have unlimited funds to implement an idea, so I'll give upfront costs a 2, and reaching new customers to spread their brand name is a 3. Now you're going to score the ideas on how well each meets the criteria you've specified. You get up to 5 points for each peach cell. If the idea maximizes the criterion, give it a 5. If it doesn't help the business with the criterion at all, give it a 1. If it's somewhere in between, give it a 2, 3, or 4. You can use partial points like 2.4 if you want, but no more than 5 and no less than 0. If you enter a score outside those parameters, it will turn the cell red. For my example, I need to start by assessing how well each idea helps Lucky Bucket reach new customers. If the idea could help them find a lot of new customers, give it a 5. If you think it will help them spread their name to a new but smaller audience, give it fewer points. If you think the idea won't gain them new customers at all, you'd give it a 0. Do the same for keeping costs low and maximizing revenue. If the idea costs a lot up front, give it a 0 or a 1. If the costs are reasonable but significant, give it more points. If the costs are low or free, give it a 5. If the idea will make them a lot of money, give it a 5. If it won't make them any money, give it a 0. On the basis of the information each group provided in their second to last slides, I can find the estimated costs and revenues for each idea, so I'll base my assessments on those projections. The new location and restaurant ideas are likely to cost a lot up front, so I'm scoring each as a 1. Hiring a firm to market for them will be expensive, but not as much as moving or adapting their space, so I'll give it a 3. Hosting food trucks and selling the proprietary machinery are both free, so they score 5s. In terms of making money, the potential revenues from the equipment and the new location are higher than adding a restaurant, the marketers less so, and the food trucks lower than that. The marketers help to spread Lucky Bucket's name to the most new people, while the new location and food trucks would help them reach new local customers, and the restaurant would attract some new customers. Selling equipment helps to bring in the fewest new customers because it doesn't spread the Lucky Bucket name except to other brewers. You can go back through and tweak anything in any of the colored boxes that you think isn't quite right now. And there will probably be a few things that have changed as you've played around with the peach boxes. The whole goal of the DECIDE model is to provide an answer to which idea the owners should implement. The totals line in the matrix provides a quantitative answer for that question, in that the solution with the most points is the one the owners should implement if you've specified the criteria, weights, and scores properly. In this case, the winner is to sell the equipment to other brewers. A close second is opening a new location. You can see that these answers would change if you specified different criteria or different weights to go with them. You'll use these answers and this sheet to finish off your application reflection in Blackboard. Thank you for watching.